Hello everyone and welcome back to Elysium Trading Empire channel. So I hope you had a good starting of the week. You had a good trading day today. So I'm just doing a quick review and I promise it will be very quick. So this was the trade of this morning. I don't know if you have watched my tape reading. So I won't explain it in detail because in this morning video, I think there is enough explanation. So just I waited for this buy-side liquidity to be taken, and so the internal liquidity, and then I sniped from this fair value gap. Why? Because there was a shift in market structure. You know, the last shift of market structure type using intermediate term low. So there was liquidity above the 0.5. Okay, you remember we take anything above 0.5. So you could snipe right from there. I put my order on the fair value gap because I was sure it would mitigate it. And why? Because I knew, so you remember I had this buy also, which I took profit there, half, and then break even. So when I saw this, I knew that this buy side will not be taken because it was protecting this buy side, you see. And we just took the internal liquidity. If we wanted to take the buy side, we could have taken, it. And we wouldn't, pull back neither to this order block or this one. Okay. So yeah, this buy side liquidity remained untouched for the whole day. And so what happened next? Okay. Sorry. So here we are in the 1 minute. I took my profit there. Then, of course, it went into the optimal. For me, it was the optimal take profit for the morning session. It was there, okay, because this was the stop losses for this 1 hour, 1 hour order block, okay, just below. So now we can remove this. And you see the liquidity, I told you last week, once we start taking this liquidity, okay, this trend line liquidity, we will go through very fast. We will go through all this, okay? No need for a pullback. Once you start taking liquidity on a trend line, generally, most of the time, it does not have to pull back, as I was waiting, this morning, I was waiting a pullback in this daily fair value gap, okay? Daily premium breaker, sorry, daily premium area. And so what happened in the New York session, just, even though I don't trade, especially when I finished my day, in green, I don't trade anymore. I don't even look at the chart during a New York session, but I like still to review, what happened if I would have traded this way, etc. So it's always good for learning purpose. Even though you don't trade New York session or London session, it's always good to study them, okay? So this is the range, okay? Let's go in 15 minutes quickly. So just a good advice I can give you, when you have a range like this and there are two fair value gaps, okay? So it's going pretty slow, you see, small candles. Always look for the higher fair value gap, not this one, okay? Because if you follow the order flow, you might want to trade from there, right? But very, very often, I would say maybe 100% of the time, when you have a range like this with two fair value gap, always aim for the higher one. And so I mark the New York kill zone, from ICT concepts. It's true, when I do trade New York, I rarely trade before 1 p.m. Okay. It can happen if there was no real opportunity in the morning, but Otherwise, I'm looking at something after 1 p.m. starting, So same thing than this morning. In 1 minute, we waited for, inducement. So a fake BOS like this to induce more people to buy and to generate more liquidity below the low, below this low. So here we go, clear breakout structure. And what I like even more, are the unmitigated fair value gap, unmitigated order blocks, sorry. So 1, 2, probably in lower time frame, you have more, And remember, the most powerful shift of market structure entry, you take the order block, usually, not always, but usually it does something like this, okay? And we take some liquidity, which is the case here, okay? So you take the order block, which is unmitigated and which made the BOS, okay? So which took the liquidity. Most people will try to buy from this one, okay? And so it's very clear. It has to be clear. And otherwise, you must switch to some other time frame and try to see, But here in 5 minutes, it's clear. And remember, two options for entries. So either you wait for the green candle close, so you could enter right from there. Or what I like, when there is a fair value gap, I don't wait for a close. I can go straight, from the fair value gap low. And so you could target for sure this liquidity, okay? So 19 pips, yeah, for sure I would book profits below this low, okay? But if you want to hold it, you could, and we just took recently, 1 hour ago, something like this, we just took, the major sell side liquidity, okay? So I hope it was pretty clear. I try to, make it fast and clear for you to understand. This is only a quick review. And I won't tell what I'm, what I'm thinking next, because I don't like to, influence people. Imagine I tell you, yeah, we just taken sell side liquidity. Tomorrow I might expect a buy. So in your head, you will go with a bias of a buy, and that's not good. So I won't, maybe in some videos I might have done something like this, without, doing it on purpose, but I will not make, predictions and tell you what I'm aiming for tomorrow, etc. Because for now, I don't know, to be honest. Even though I might have a certain bias, the moment I decide on my direction, it's only based on what I see tomorrow at 8 a.m. Paris time, not before, never before. And yeah, so that's why also I don't trade live, really live, streaming, also because I don't want to influence people, and that's not good. You must trade for yourself and by yourself. Those are only educational videos in which you can learn, maybe, at the end of the day, you watch the video, you have already traded, so you are not influenced anymore to take any other trade or whatever. You just review, like me, the day, and I'm sharing with you my reviews and live tape reading, so you can get my view, of seeing the market, and, sharpen your edge, and try to see differently than how you saw, or maybe maybe the same, maybe we had the same view, but maybe you didn't have the confidence to take the trade. Maybe you took the same trade as me and you did better than me, you know, but the main purpose, it's just educational purpose, okay? So I will never do signal groups, analysis groups, whatever groups, or live trading, anything which could influence people, you know, with my bias, because trading is personal and must remain personal. And you must not copy, you know, everyone else. You must do your own thing, because let's say you copy me, you are successful, you pass your FTMO, and tomorrow I stop doing YouTube videos, and then you are on yourself and you don't know how to trade, you know. That's not the goal, you know. So that's it. See you tomorrow, and trade safe.